Welcome to day 3 of sailing in old school RuneScape. I finished off day 2 as rank 1 on the high scores, which means that I'm one of the first people to make it to sailing's endgame. Today, I want to branch out a little bit and test some different high-end methods, as well as master the best XP per hour Marlin trial in the Gwyneth Glide. Very few people can make rosewood planks right now. They don't even buy for 10 mil each. So today, I'm going to start off by making my money back and I'm going to feed my ops. Now, welcome to Drumstick Isle. I bet hardly anyone has even stood on here. In fact, only 3 people can. Maybe I'm the first person to ever stand on this island, but it's the only island in the game that has access to the rosewood trees. I can cut these for rosewood logs, which will make the most powerful boats in all of sailing. And right now, I have the market all to myself. Alright, full inventory of the rarest logs in the game. Probably the only rosewood logs in the game. Let's just 1 GP roulette 1 log and see what it sells for. Okay, this is going to be great. Okay, let's just chuck them all in for 1 mil each. And they actually sold. That is insane. Okay, right, well, we're going back. Drumstick Isle requires 79 sailing, so I'm literally in the perfect position to make money from this right now. I actually want to see what happens if we turn these into planks, if that's going to be even more profit. Rosewood planks, probably the first in the entire game. Let's chuck them in for 1 GP, roulette them. Come on, just give me a big cash stack. You know you want to. Holy shit, right, okay, how much is that? 2.6 mil each. 1 mil each? If I can get 1 mil each, I'll keep chopping logs. All right, let's go back. We're up to 161 mil now. I mean, I don't mind making 1 mil per log on this beautiful island. But I do have sailing to go and do, though. I don't know, it just seems kind of silly, chopping logs for 1 mil. Why wouldn't I do this? Oh, look. There are 11 people on the 2,350 world now. There's another person. It's starting to fill up. They're coming for my they're coming for my log market, bro. I'm gonna start selling. They don't even take long to cut, that's the thing. It's like more common than a U. Oh, a genie! I've dismissed these for years, but now I can use it. It's grayed out. No, I can't use XP rewards. Destroy, I'm sorry. Good morning. I've just hit the biggest sleep of all time. I slept through my alarm. Did the log slow sell? Oh, not really. 43 mil in here. Okay, we're looking decent. How much have I got overall? 472 mil made so far. I'm assuming that a bunch of people have arrived at the island and started chopping the logs. Oh my god, they over 39k now. That's so depressing. I mean, it's still hard to buy things. I'm trying to pay 1 mil for an ironwood hull part, which is 5 ironwood planks effectively. It's so easy to make money with the sailing release, man. Alright, we've got ironwood hull parts at home. I'm actually Iron Manning this stuff for myself. But look, it doesn't even take long to make these things, so I can't even buy them for mils. Okay, now that I'm into the 80s, I can make even more boat upgrades. We're gonna have the second to last best sail and mast, the ironwood mast and cotton sails. Let's build those. That means that my trim will last for longer, meaning I'll be better off in the trials. Right, it's time to clock back into the trials. They're by far the best XP and I have to keep up, and there are plenty more things for me to get. One thing I'm curious is, has anybody completed the Marlin trial now? No one had done it when I went to sleep. Oh wow, okay, someone's done 555, which is quite a bit below the time. On this course, I'm gonna have to distinguish between routes a lot, and when I'm trying to distinguish between routes, I'm using a plugin called Object Markers, where I am unmarking and marking objects different colors. Okay, Marlin is an absolute maze, which is the reason I didn't do it yesterday. It's 96 crates, 8 portals. But if I manage to do it in time, I get 50,000 sailing XP. No, I just missed the time. Right, okay, this is so doable then. What, I'm like 5-6 seconds over Marlin? Okay, so one thing I really struggle with is re-clicking the sail when the wind dies down. You do get a chat message telling you, but I play with the chat closed. Not to go all plug-in-scape, but you can download Watchdog. You can use this to take the message from your chat box and then put it above your head. When the wind dies down and I need to press this again, I should get a message above my character. There we go. You should subscribe as well, by the way. In practice, this is what it looks like. Subscribe and I'm instantly back on the wind. That is actually so useful for getting good times. Come on, please. 607, 608, surely that's it. What? Oh my god, there must be one tick missing, I swear. Oh, I think I've made it. I've thought I've made it 5 million other times though. Surely that's the one. I messed up so much too. 64k XP and 84 sailing. A beautiful combination. Oh, we can go and do some other stuff now. 84 sailing. We've done all the trials in the game, and I get the fabric roll so I can flex my Marlin rank. The most important order of business, the Crystal Gliders flag. That's my Marlin flag. That's gonna look good. Now that I'm 84 sailing, I can boost up and make a rune keel and a rune helm, because we're about to go on an adventure. The island with the highest sailing requirement is Grimstone with level 87, so I'm wondering if I +3 boost, can I get onto Grimstone? The end game of the end game of sailing. I'm getting barraged! There's a Kraken! No! What is this guy? The Armored Kraken, level 163. Okay, I guess I can't go in there. I thought the rune stuff would let me. I just died. I'm obviously missing something to get me into this icy area though. The Eternal Brazier, that makes sense because it's warm and it's gonna keep us warm from the cold seas. But how do I get it? No, this guy also doesn't know. Is it over here, boys? What's going on? Come on, give us the schematics. I got it. Come, brother, come. Yes, Eternal Brazier schematic. Let's read that. I can now make an Eternal Brazier. I actually love this element of sailing. There's so much unknown stuff. Okay, here we go. The Eternal Brazier. Let's build that one. Okay, please say I don't need to do anything else now. Can I just sail in? It looks like I can just sail in. Okay, we're in.
So it was November 6th, and the sun had just started going down in Gelinor when all of a sudden, items started appearing on the floor of the Grand Exchange. First it was a fang, and then it was a whip, and then it was another whip, and luckily for me, I had 2 of my accounts already here as I was busy bank standing. I had no luck with the first few items, but then all of a sudden, 8 spectral spirit shields started to spawn, one at a time, all surrounding the area that I stand at almost every single day in World 309. I was stunned. I was not ready for this. I don't think anyone was. I had Entity Hider turned on so that I had the best chance at seeing these items, but still, I was unable to get any of them. And then it happened. For the first time in all of my time on old school RuneScape, I saw a Tumican Shadow dropped on the floor at the Grand Exchange. I clicked on it as fast as I could. I was on my low level 1 defense spear. My Iron Man was 2 steps north of this Tumican Shadow. My main was just a few steps east. Unfortunately, I was not able to get the Tumican Shadow. I was a little too slow and a little too far away, but the point is, this was actually dropped at the Grand Exchange, and I was lucky enough to get it on video, despite not having a clue on who dropped it or why, but yet it was dropped, and all of these people, as you can see, once we turned Entity Hider off, had a chance at getting something very expensive, which gave me the idea for today's video, and I'll tell you that idea right after this. Well, before we begin today's video, I just want to ask you guys a question. Have you ever caught yourself reaching for a bad habit without even thinking about it? Maybe it's out of stress, boredom, or just wanting to fit in. Well, that is where our sponsor today, Fume, comes in. It's not about quitting, it is about replacing. Fume offers a simple and enjoyable way to break away from the bad habits while still having something satisfying to reach for. And actually, you can go to tryfume.com/MrNoSleep, or you can scan the QR code in the corner there and use code NOSLEEP to get your free Fume topper when you order your journey pack today. No vapor, no nicotine, just flavor. Fume is an award-winning flavor, making it perfect Fume topper and awesome But first things first, let's go ahead and check out the bank. So here we have the bank tab with 1 GP, and then we have 24 other items all in the main tab, which are all untradeable items. So you don't have to worry about anything being picked up and being put in that tab. Everything that is going to be picked up will be put in the 1 GP tab, and we will be keeping track of everything from start to finish in all 10 worlds that we choose to pick up items in. See that vial on the ground? Well, guess what? Now it's mine. Let's go ahead and start the 10-hour timer. We're going to be using world 309 because it is my official home world. It has been for the last 6 months or so. It is a UK world. I'm not from the UK, but I just like the number 309. And it seems to be paying off pretty well. Already got 960 jugs of wine, and it's just off to a great start. World 309 is also the world, as I mentioned in the very beginning of the video, where I did see that Tumican Shadow dropped. This world is just out of control sometimes with the amount of drop parties that I see here on a weekly to monthly basis. So I got a good feeling about the very first hour. We're just going to continue to pick up all of the things that spawn. We have Entity Hider turned on for most of this video. That's not because I don't like the other players around me. Of course I like them, you know. Some of them I even like. But this is just because I want to be able to see the items, not the players that are going to be on top of these items, because I expect a little bit of competition, and that's okay, but we need to be able to have a clear line of sight. So with that being said, we've already got over 40 items picked up, and this is why I love World 309. You can always count on World 309 for some junk items, some clue scroll loot. A lot of people like to open up implings here. It's just always been a winner of a world, and it's just continuing to stack up in the bank here. So I'm going to be price checking every single hour. We're just going to be turning on the bank value plugin on RuneLite, and yeah, we'll see what we make every hour. 25 rune knives as well as 15 wild pies. Nice noted ring of wealth on the Grand Exchange floor as well, and this is just 30 minutes in. Honestly, I should probably just stay in World 309 the whole entire video, but nah, we'll definitely get some variety. We go to 9 other worlds, but if you guys enjoy this video, make sure to leave a thumbs up and maybe leave a comment below on any world recommendations or places in RuneScape that you'd like me to visit. Oh, we got an ape atoll, teleport, and some rotten food. That rotten food goes hand in hand with crushed gems and burnt food, so we are going to be saving that because although we can't sell it on the Grand Exchange, we can definitely sell it to players that collect it. Yes, there's value in everything, and I love this world. What can I say, guys? I mean, I don't know why 309 was just so generous to me on this hour. It's not always like this, but I have stated before that 309, you do tend to see a lot of things on the ground, more so than you would in other worlds. And yeah, it's not like a huge rush to get these items picked up. You don't see a whole lot of competition, but unfortunately, it didn't take long for the competition to show up. After picking up a whole inventory of ash, thanks to the fire makers around this location, I did get a bunch of steel items and just low-tier newbie items like swords and whatnot, some van braces and runes. But you'll notice that all the spam clicking I was doing, I was only getting about half of all these items. And although my entity hider is turned on, so you can't necessarily see my competition, just know that when a big stack of items appear like this, usually that will catch any lower levels attention. And it did turn out that I think there was like a level 70 here trying to pick everything up. And you know, you can obviously respect that. Like, you know, this is worth some GP, right? I mean, this is some decent items that you can just simply high out or just throw in the GE for, you know, 50% below price even, and you will walk away with some sort of GP. This stuff looks like it's from beginner clues, maybe easy clue scrolls, and I only speculate that because at the very end here, I started to see some scimitar ornament kits as well as monk robes, which I was able to pick up a few ornament kits, but thanks to that level 78 and the full Sarah Dome, and I think his username is Chode. Yes, Chode and Hole is his name. He was mainly picking up a majority of the items, but that's okay because we did kind of wrap up that hour after picking up all those items. Over 100 items picked up in just this hour so far. The value of those 100 items, I mean, I was trying to do the price check and there was still things that were spawning, so I was trying not to miss out on everything, or anything I should say. But it turns out the very first hour I did walk away with about 109k in all of these drops. So yeah, I did miss out on quite a few expensive drops if you did actually pay a lot of attention there. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this hour and just hop worlds because there is a lot of competition, and yeah, I mean, that's world 309. So with that being said, let's go ahead and try another world. Just 2 down, actually I should say 1 down. 307. 308 is a free-to-play world, otherwise I would have chosen that, but maybe we'll do a free-to-play world video in the future. Alright, gonna track it on the notepad bad there. Hour 1 in 309, and then hour 2 in 307. Hopefully this goes good. It's 15 minutes so far, and absolutely nothing except this vial, so not off to the greatest start. But there's 8 raw trout. Gives me 8 more reasons to keep on going. You never know what you can expect in the Grand Exchange. It's really all about timing, and I gotta be honest with you, 307 is pretty dead. I was here for about an hour, and yeah, I did not make much at all. I think I made about 1,000 GP. It really goes to show, you know, it's all about timing, and that was pretty bad timing. Also, not as crowded as 309, so with that being said, let's go to 310. All right, well, not too bad of a start here. We have a little bit of Mort Meyer fungus on the ground, 7.5k just in one drop. It's crazy that that's already better than the last hour. I then proceeded to pick up a lot of anglerfish, which is pretty strange to see, a bunch of unnoted anglerfish, but it's 1k a piece minimum, so I will happily take that. And then at the very start of the GE, 200 fresh fire runes, a little bit of, I'm gonna guess, just level 1 and beginner clue scroll loot, or just things that are required for those clues. You see a lot of that these days, and alongside that, I got some pretty low tier fish like herring, and yeah, it was a very interesting hour, not the most profitable one, but I did make more money thanks to the 18 anglerfish and the 24 fungus. Made about 43k in hour number 3, which is pretty decent from what we've seen so far. But either way, that was world 310. You guys like that crab claw, by the way? Quite the fashion scape. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and try world 313, and I gotta be honest, it was not the best world choice. Just about one knife, steel knife, 1 GP, a bucket of water, and 8 burnt monkfish. Pretty dead hour. Overall, we are now 4 hours in. I made about 7k. That is pretty bad, but you know, we are tracking things accordingly. Now let's go ahead and try a different world. This will be world 305. Let's see what we can get in world 305. All right, got some worms and some toad legs, as well as some oyster pearls, some normal logs, and a lot of noted vials. You'll see a lot of vials in this video for sure. It was a pretty successful hour, and by successful I mean pretty bad, but overall results, if we throw everything into the bank, looks like about 5k. So not the greatest hour, but we are halfway into the video. We are gonna try out what should be the most profitable world, world 302. Definitely the most crowded world, and we're off to a good start with already finding a green party hat, my favorite. World 302 is known for quite a few different things at the Grand Exchange, but one of them is that people do have drop parties here in World 302, so hopefully we intercept a drop party. Other than at the very beginning of the video, we have not seen a drop party since, and oh, speak of the devil, there is some dragon longswords. Hopefully we are quick enough to obtain them. I think this is just some kick streamer. I think they drop like 5 or 6 dragon longswords, so I guess they're not the biggest streamer out there, but yeah, I didn't get any of them, so that was unfortunate, but it was nice to at least see some, you know, higher valued items on the ground. Well, in the corner of my eye, I spot a player that is advertising a 15 mil drop party, but they're going to Falador. They don't have anyone following them, it's just this one guy, so I made sure to add him to my friends list so I can spot him, and I teleported to Falador right away. Luckily, I had picked up the runes to be able to teleport to Falador, so I didn't need to buy them, and then I ran to the Falador party room because I did not spot anyone anywhere. It was then that I realized that this player who was advertising a 15 mil drop party actually hopped to a free-to-play world. So it looks like he made his way to the Falador party chest and then he hopped over to free-to-play. So I luckily, since I'm creepy, I followed him, added him, and I hopped on over, and I want to intercept this drop party, so let's do it. He actually said, don't pull the lever, and it was not me who pulled the lever. You know, you can't trust these free-to-players to listen, right? So I did manage to get 2 rune play bodies out of all of the rune items that I saw in there, and once this guy realized that the lever had been pulled, he was simply standing at the entranceway and he ended up logging out. But luckily, you guys know me, I got him on my friends list, so we're just gonna watch and see where he goes. 316. All right, let's go ahead and hop on over, see what we got in the chest, see if he's here. Well, don't start without me, gentlemen. Look at this, guys. All these rune plate bodies, all these rune H5 helmets, a gilded 2-hander sword, and a bunch of rune armor sets. He's gonna pull the lever himself himself this time. Let's hope. Oh, he got the knights, actually. Okay, well, here are the balloons. Let's do it. We got an armadillo rune armor set, another rune plate body. Looks like, ooh, nice 7 rune H4 helmets. Damn, we didn't get the gilded 2H, but hopefully we can keep getting items. There's got to be something else in these balloons. I just also realized that he typed out that there's 2 sets near him, so I'm gonna go ahead and go stand on him. Hopefully spam click and get some things. There we go. There's a Bando's armor set. We're gonna grab that. All right, can we get anything else? Let's see, there should be one more item. Perfect. Okay, 2 Bando's armor sets and 1 armadillo. Looks like overall I made 950k. It was then at this second that he typed out, first one to hop to world 301 and trade me. It gets 5 mil. So of course I hopped to 301 and I ran upstairs, which was my first initial guess of where he was because I didn't see him when I logged in, and there he was, and I was the first one to trade him. So I got an additional 5 mil. This guy did not know who he was trading. Of course I didn't need this 5 mil, but I just want to say thank you there for Betfold. That was incredible. You definitely made this video so much more interesting because without that drop party I would not have seen much in World 302. So thank you so much for your generosity and being so friendly to the free-to-play community. If you want to add me in game, I have a massive present for you, and I will feature you in my next video. Thank you again for your generosity, and let's continue on with today's video. We managed to make 6 mil in that hour. Such a nice thing to see, just a Friday night, you know, someone just casually giving away 15 mil to free-to-play. Shout out to anyone who does the occasional little giveaway. You know, it goes a far way. It really does. And here we are back in World 309 where it all started, and someone threw a gnome ball at me. I will take that. That is 40k, so I don't know why someone threw a gnome ball, but hey, I will happily take it, and you know we're gonna sell it at the end here. We are doing World 309 just to kind of get back into the groove of things. It did so well for us in the first hour that, I don't know, I figured that I just kind of wanted to see another repeat hour of that. I don't know, what can I say? I was getting a little greedy there, but I did manage to pick up a few amulets of glory, and it was a very successful hour. That was about 120k. Of course, it wasn't anywhere close to that 6 mil hour, but it's still a pretty decent hour. You know, anything over 100k I would say is pretty good, especially considering the competition and the amount of players that are here. I mean, this was done throughout the course of Friday afternoon to Saturday morning, so, you know, it was the weekend, but anyway, after World 309, we did go to World 303, and we got about 50k on that hour, so not the greatest hour, but it was still a little bit of variety of items, so that wasn't too bad. And now we are going to go ahead and try out World 330, see what we can make in this hour. It's going pretty down the world list compared to normal, but this is known to be a somewhat populated world due to the POH and all that, so we'll see what happens in 330. Along the way, we are collecting a lot of ash, and that is just because there's always people training their fire weird stuff, and it wasn't worth much, but it is an additional 65k, so I will happily take that. And overall, in 10 hours time, I made 6.3 mil. Well, that really did exceed my expectations. I'm really happy to see that overall number, and I had a lot of fun with this one. Yeah, I was just standing at the Grand Exchange, you know, so it was a good one, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed doing it. A reminder to check out our sponsor today, Fume, in the description below. They are a big support of the channel. If you want to check it out using the QR code or the description, thank you in advance for that, and a huge thank you to the
Man tries to deposit $1 million check using fake ID. Brilliant. At the gas station. At the gas station. We're depositing $1 million check at the gas station.
By a local bank to investigate a client that tried to deposit a $1 million check with a fake ID the day before.
Bro.
Right, so it's teller affidavit, and then I have the check that this guy presented, but I guess this kind of runs deeper. Usually it's just like someone running into a scam, but I guess this guy's actually like stolen the identity of another individual. My loss prevention manager wanted me to call her while you guys are here, so let me call her real quick.
Do you have any information on this guy?
She's gonna have everything for you.
Okay.
I guess she does know like the true identity. I guess they've used facial recognition or something to track him down, but I'll let her kind of get into all that. I don't really know much more than that.
The bank has facial tracking to... What?
Holding that, that's probably fake. He just opened his account 6 days ago and was in the red by $1 when he deposited this $1 million. So I'm just gonna move my phone number. So you can look here.
Opened the account 6 days ago, in the red by $1, walks into the bank with a $1 million check and expects no red flags to be raised. That's so goated, actually.
Hi, Tiffany, Deputy Klusterman.
Hi. So we did run facial recognition on this individual. We were able to confirm his identity.
Whoa.
Okay.
So I
Whoa, that's insane, though. What do you mean the bank is running facial recognition on people? What? Good enough to recognition to identify someone who is not a registered customer of their bank. Because, mind you, they just said that that guy walked in with a stolen identity to open that account and cash this check. What? That's actually crazy as fuck. Like, obviously, you hear online about these things happening, like facial recognition being sold here and here and here, but, like, it's really insane to see this real use of it. That's crazy.
that over to Trent for your record.
That's perfect.
Looks like he's down in Miami. One second, I'm just trying to find the case here.
Is this your guys' first run-in with him?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
First run-in with him, never seen the guy before. He decided he was going to come in, and he established his business, I believe, on 6/18 of 2025. It was registered on Sundays at that time. And then he just established the business account here. I'm not even sure if this is a real business. I guarantee you this is not a valid check. We're not able to confirm or deny either way, but we definitely know for sure that this is identity theft.
Okay.
It has an Orlando address on file.
Okay.
Okay, can you give me that address, please?
Yeah.
So he opens the account with his driver's license is Miami, and then,
The driver's license is Washington.
oh, geez. Okay.
Yeah, so if I can actually give you an image of that driver's license.
That's unbelievable that the bank loss prevention staff is giving the cop this guy's info so deep that they have an address in Orlando, yet his ID's registered in Washington. That's unbelievable. How much info do these banks have on random people that aren't their customers? Like that, does that not make you a little worried? I don't know. That makes me a little scared. That like, wow, what?
Have on file.
Surreal.
Greg Sylvan Cooper is the identity theft name that he's used to establish the account.
Okay. And so Greg Cooper's address is this Miami Beach address.
Correct. Well, no, Greg Cooper's address.
Okay.
The
So,
Miami address is of the actual individual. The true identity, yes.
okay. I got a bunch of notes. I just want to make sure I keep them straight.
You're right.
Man, this guy is giving us the runaround.
I'm just gonna grab the copy of that.
Perfect. Awesome. Yeah, that seems like all the information that I need.
Thanks, Tiffany.
Guys, let me know if you get anything else.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Great thing is, I guess some banks would not catch that, or not hold a check or something like that, and get away with.
I know when I worked at the bank, it was anything over $9,999.99. It was flagged.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should have 99 on Monday, I think is pretty realistic for me. Because I'll do 3 mil. Because I'll do 3 mil today, 3 mil tomorrow, and then finish it off on Monday. This is my life for the next 2 days, 12 hours. 2 days, 17 hours a day. Well, I did 17 and a half hours yesterday, actually. You know? Anger. 18 back-to-back tomorrow and Monday because now if I play 17 hours a day, I'm expecting about 3 mil over the whole day, taking into account all my breaks and everything. If I maintain my 204k, then I would get 3.4 mil instead, but again, I just don't think I will. Second place, 6-0, refreshing high scores. 6-2, 8.5 million, 200k behind the Fast 07. The 99 race chat will come to a conclusion within 10 hours from now, my friends. It will be Ogre. Solo mission level 87. He's at the Frost Dragons. Yeah, the mission will be making bank at the Frost Dragons now. I'm excited for that video. Oh, Vid's out. Oh, he's already done the Frost Dragons. How much did he make?
RuneScape's content comes in varying difficulties. Getting your hands on some of the best gear in the game might take years, while shearing a sheep might take 15 seconds. Adding self-imposed restrictions can make things even harder. For example, getting a whip is hard, but not too hard. You'll need 70 attack to wield it, and a couple of million GP to buy one from another player. But if you're an Iron Man, which means you can't trade with other players, this means you'll need to receive the whip as a drop yourself, specifically from an Abyssal Demon, and you can only kill those after achieving 85 Slayer, which takes a long time. So the difficulty of obtaining one has gone from moderate to hard. Well, in my journey, not only am I an Iron Man, I've added another restriction on top. I've blocked myself from using the wiki, guides, or any outside game help. This means I have to figure everything out myself. In this video, I take on achievement diaries for the first time. These are small tasks that vary in difficulty from easy, like chopping down a normal tree, all the way to elite, like making a potion that requires 90 herb lore. And with my restrictions, I genuinely don't know if completing some of these will be possible. Roll the intro. I'm trying to complete every quest in old school RuneScape without the use of guides, plugins, or the wiki on an Iron Man. Oh yeah, and this is my first Iron Man. This is unguided. So, why are we finally taking on achievement diaries? In my last episode, I got 99 fishing, and the next skill I found myself AFKing is mining. I'm currently 93 mining, almost entirely done at Motherlode Mine, with some also done here in the mining guild. I've unlocked everything there is to unlock in both the guild and the Motherlode Mine, but I noticed other people had something I didn't, the Varrock chestplate. I noticed this specifically when mining iron. I know what it is, but I don't know why they're wearing it. I'm assuming it gives some sort of mining boost, and so I want it. So that's today's plan. Take on the Varrock diaries and hopefully learn what this chestplate does. So let's quickly talk about achievement diaries. As I mentioned earlier, they're split up into difficulties: easy, medium, hard, and elite. My plan is to start at the bottom and see how far we can get.